Story time with Ken. Imagine waking up in the morning where you take a shower, brush your teeth, put your clothes on, go get your coffee, and you do not have a commute. You have a lot of flexibility where if you needed to run errands, you can go do that during your lunch break. If you need to go to the doctor, you can do that as well. If something just came up around the house, you can take care of that as well while still being productive at work and not fake pretending like you're working because you're at an office and your manager is walking by. You're going to want to listen up to this video. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 career paths that will allow you to work remotely and make great, phenomenal income over 6 figures. Let's get into it. The first career that you can make 6 figures remotely and live a phenomenal life is a senior software engineer. And if you notice, you see the senior on there. Of course, when you first start out, you're not a senior. But I saw this one and I wanted to share it just because it could allow you to forecast out and think beyond your immediate circumstance on what is possible. So what do senior software engineers do? Design, they design, develop, and maintain complex software systems. You have to excuse my writing. I never claimed to be the best speller there. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right. I'm always a proponent of STEM, so I'm going to be shouting this to the rooftops, unless there's a disruption with AI and it changes things. So just keep that in mind. But for now, we sticking with STEM as opportunities. If you're interested in it, potential employers. Some may agree with me, some may disagree with me. But if we're gonna get into space, let's get some money. So let's get to some of those higher incomes. We can work at the tech giants or smaller or startups or mid-size. Pick your poison. But I have experience on the big tech side, and I've seen some absolutely amazing salaries at your Amazons and Googles. Yeah. So let's focus there. Not to be all end all. Let's be clear. So many opportunities out there. So I'm just listing some, just broad stroking it. I've seen where you can get total comps, total uh, total comps 200K. Well, first let's slow down, Ken. Slow down. 200K plus. It depends on, are you a practitioner? How good are you? Um, but companies always need software engineers, and they pay very well. And the thing I like about it too is you get some unique perks. Unique perks where you can get stock options, equity, um, flexible. And that's the other thing about being an engineer. Depending on the role, you have flexible work hours, and you can work as long as you have a laptop. You can work anywhere. Okay, it's just a phenomenal opportunity. Next up is data data scientists. I just took some notes here that I wanted to share with you guys. All right, and so they analyze. Ooh, that spelling is terrible. It's okay. Don't talk about me too bad. Complex data sets to help companies make better decisions. There's a lot of value there because it's all about data. It's all about the data. So if you can get into that space and add value to a company, it's a beautiful thing. Um, Financial institutions is usually good. Financial institutions, Ooh, let me write. I don't want to be. Let me just right click. Not be lazy. Institutions. Yeah, not intuition, but institutions. Institutions, and like for example, J.P. Morgan. Hey, smaller banks, smaller regional banks, mid-size, uh, fintech, health tech. All industries have there's opportunities. Some companies that you think don't have a tech aspect, yes, they do have a tech aspect. Okay, so that is there we go. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. We're just gonna keep going. Listing them out. Comp wise, 110 to 180 per year. Per year. I'm gonna say it again, per year. My biggest thing is, hey, let's focus on the career paths that will get us to six figures. Hey, we can't control the future, but if you learn that skill set, they're offering that. Companies will pay that because that's the monetary value that they've attached to that type of salary. Hey, let's get that money. It don't mean that we won't necessarily have to retool or reskill later, but that's a part of life, you know. All right. So next up, and remember, whatever career path you pick, if you need to make a pivot later, that's fine. That's just a skill set that you've learned, and then now it's time to do something else. We weren't meant to be stagnant over a whole 40, 50, 60 years of working. So hey, just keep that in mind. Number three, I'm gonna do it like that. Number three, product manager. If you're not as technical, this could be a cool option for you. And so you lead. And so what does a product manager do? Just high level, lead the development of products from conception to launch, not lunch. Launch. I don't know how do you spell that? Launch. So you'll basically be the bridge. You'll be the bridge between the technical teams and the business teams, and you'll also help with defining the product strategy and ensuring successful delivery. High level, again, potential employers, tech companies, Apple, Airbnb, and others. You have to just do your research on that. Okay, salary 115K to 190K. I know the typical total household income in America, it's like 70,000 ish, but we aren't the average. We want to make more money to be able to take care of our families, to live an above average life. So that's that. Number four, you know it, cybersecurity. I'm gonna keep yelling to the rooftop on cybersecurity. Security is huge in all companies. Protecting their proprietary data, it's really important. And if you can carve out your value in that in the marketplace, hey, that's a beautiful thing. So to implement robust security systems to protect organizations from, you guessed it, cyber threats. And there's other things to do as well, but just one the high level that you can explore large companies, like you can explore governments opportunities, CrowdStrike, even though they had that situation. And just giving you an example. And there's some others. Just be mindful. There has been some layoffs, so you know, approach with caution. Now let's talk about money. 200, 130 to 220K per year. Will you start off doing this? No, not necessarily. But again, it gives you something to look forward to. If you're, if you, especially if you're far from that now. Um, and the beautiful part is, though, these are roles that potentially you can work remotely, which is a beautiful thing. Five, the next, AI machine learning engineer, which that really has me very interested in that. That's why I wanted to share it here. So you develop and implement, you guessed it, AI and machine learning models to solve complex problems. Still on the techie side. If that's your thing, phenomenal. Go explore it. If it's not, that's okay. Hey, we just my thing is I just want to focus on six-figure jobs. That's really where I want to help get people exposure to. It's about that exposure. Exposure is everything. Employers, you can do a search, but I'll just throw some out there. Tesla, GE. Uh, this that's two. That's good enough. Not to be all end all. Just some examples. Salary. Got to put that dollar sign there. 125 to 210K. That's a great living. That's a really great, phenomenal living. And also the amazing people you if you are strategic. Yeah, you working from remote, but make sure you network with folks because you'll meet some awesome people in the industry as well. So always putting yourself out there. Next up, UX, UI is definitely a thing. Lead. Now they lead the design of user interfaces and experiences for digital products. So the reason that I shared this one is extremely valuable. Like, people will pay for this. Potential employers. Uh, I like big tech, man, but you can, I'm maybe I should stop listing names. Maybe I just say, mid-size, big tech. You can even freelance with this one. So this one is, I know I could use some UI design work support. Salary expectations, just 105 to 180. Okay. And remember everything that I'm sharing here. I don't know what happened with the size there, but let me make it bigger. Not sure what happened. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. Interesting. All right, there we go. So let's go down some more. Just making it smaller. Hopefully that's not too small for you guys. All right. Let's we're gonna keep it going. I'm gonna shift this over. All right, yeah, give me a second here. All right, we're gonna keep it going. Scroll down. Let's just keep going. We almost finished. Let's not mess up now. All right, let's keep going. But hey, hopefully this is opening your mind up to what's possible out there. I'll work on being a little bit more diverse than just the more the techie roles. But again, we have to go where the opportunity is and where companies are saying they will pay X amount of dollars. Like, we can't put our head in the sand and say, I want to go down this path and just try to force a company to pay a salary that, even when you're looking at the national averages, they across the average, they industry, they just don't pay that. So let's not do that. I've coached many people, and sometimes they don't want to change. They don't want to pivot. They so far down a path. I understand it. It's not a judgment thing, but hey, let's level up. Let's do something different. Cloud solutions architect is last but not least. This is huge. They design and oversee the implement implementation of cloud computing st- strategies for companies, organizations, all the same. All right, potential employers. Well, the leaders in this space, I can easily say Microsoft, Amazon, AWS. We can talk about the Google Cloud. Those are some of the large platforms. But I'm gonna throw some out here as well, is checking out federal opportunities, because sometimes they behind on what they're doing. So federal opportunities plus big tech plus mid size plus smaller size So if you've noticed a theme, it's really just putting together a game plan, whether it's a startup, mid-size, big tech, government. Let's just decide. Let's figure out what our niche is, what we're going to carve out, and let's go after it. Salaries, 120. Put a dollar. We got to put a dollar sign in front of that because we take that to the bank. 200K plus. Um, and the perks of this is you're on the cutting edge of technology. There's naturally opportunities for continuing education. First of all, in these industries, well, in these career paths, continuous education is really important. Just continuing to get better at your craft. And so if you don't want to do a lot of work and you're being lazy, these career paths aren't for you. You have to put in that work. And to be honest, I don't have a solution for not wanting to put in the work. Some of these you can get certifications. Sometimes you may have to actually go to school for them. Uh, Everything in between. But hope you got value from this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, click that subscribe button, and until the next video. Peace. Catch y'all later.